This video will allow you to develop good, clean and smooth aim if you truly take it to heart. I'm sure at this point you've seen countless aim guides and aim routine videos already, but somehow you're still not able to aim at a level that satisfies you. So let's change that by addressing 3 core principles that players with worse aim haven't mastered yet. We're going to start off with a clip from a pro player. Yep, that's right, here we have FNS, who is a well-known IGL at the highest level, but he is also known to not have the best aim. So why is he losing this gunfight? It's because he is not following core principle number 1. You need to actually aim instead of just shooting. As soon as the Cypher cage drops, FNS is flicking over to the enemy and starts spraying, without being close to hitting the headshot at all. He's just shooting and not actually aiming. Now let's look at it from the Cypher's perspective, because we actually have that as well. The moment his cage drops, Cypher realizes that his crosshair is off by a lot, just like FNS's. But he reacts differently. Instead of flicking and immediately shooting, he moves his crosshair over fast but controlled. As soon as he is on target, he makes the slightest micro correction upwards to ensure he's getting the headshot. And so he wins the duel instantly, because he first aimed and then shot. There are different aim styles, some are more flicky, others more controlled. At the end of the day, you need to find a pace that is comfortable for you. But I do think that most players who struggle with their aim are trying to go too fast. Remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. You can see this with the Cypher's aim. He is exactly at that balance point where he is very fast but still has control over his aim. FNS is faster and shoots first, but it doesn't do him any good because he hasn't got the control. Now, as we just figured out, in order to aim controlled, you need a little bit more time. In order to get that time and not be the one to die first, we need to follow the second core principle. Movement and aim go together. It's like a dance, a choreography. Sounds over the top? Look at this then. Looks like a dance to me, with 5 different partners, and it's a pretty deadly one too. I want you to pay attention to how both principles come together in this clip. For every new target that Clear acquires, he is flicking onto them fast and then taking his time to make sure he lands the headshot. So he is aiming first and then shooting. And what does he do while he's aiming? He is strafing to one side to make himself a hard target and buy himself the time he needs. I don't think FPS mechanics become much cleaner than this clip. It's fast, it's controlled and it's precise. An exercise that I find really useful to develop this composure when aiming is to play a few deathmatches with the Guardian. With this gun you have 1 or 2 shots to make it count and get the kill, and this is exactly what you want to focus on. Take your time with each shot and line up your crosshair while moving before you pull the trigger. Once you develop your rhythm, you then switch back to the Vandal and work on keeping your composure instead of falling back into crouch spray habits. And step by step you can then transfer this skill into your ranked matches. In order to track your progress, you should use the guide Insight. After each match, you head to the Match Performance tab and take a look at your hit distribution and duel's win rate. Insight not only shows you your exact stats for both, but also gives you an idea where you rank against the entire player base with those scores. So check out the open beta of Insight, analyze your performance game by game and start improving. Now back to our core principles, and very importantly, let's talk about core principle number 3, having target focus. This means that you are fully locking your vision onto the target instead of just looking at it. This sounds like a small difference, but it is actually a massive one. Moments like the one we just broke down are made possible because of target focus. It's like a superpower that can slow things down and make it feel like you're playing in slow motion. The reason for that is that your eyes are gathering the information that your brain then processes and directs towards your arm and hand in order to aim. The more information your eyes are able to absorb, the better and more precise your aiming response is going to be. A good example for this is an enemy strafing quickly right in front of you. If you start to panic and spray wildly at that enemy, you're not going to have good target focus. the target will appear to be extremely fast and erratic, making it tough for you to aim properly. Now, if you slow things down and first focus on the enemy's head, you will notice that the target is not actually moving as erratic as you think, and you can actually track it smoothly. Good target focus will allow you to blend out distracting information like animations happening on your screen or the fact that you're being shot at and that your HP is going down. You're purely locked in on the enemy's head, follow its movements, and pull your crosshair over to the target. Here we have an example from myself where I peek out of a vent smoke to kill the enemies who are pushing heaven. This is always a risky play, and as you can see, Reyna is looking right at me. All three core principles come together here. I immediately lock my target focus fully onto the enemy Reyna's head and ignore the other two enemies. I do a long strafe to the left to buy myself time to aim, and finally I correct my crosshair position before I start shooting. Even though I still have to work on making these micro corrections cleaner instead of starting to shoot a little early and then dragging my crosshair onto the head after. The same process, however, is then repeated for kills 2 and 3, where once again the locked target focus allows me to take each fight calmly and with clean aim. With time and practice, you will be able to put everything together and build a very solid aim foundation. If you want more support during that process, then you should watch this video on how to train your aim next. It's linked right here. I'll see you there.